it was a really great experience that I think we all learned and grew from and came out with a show that we're really excited about.
Jen Alexander with the Griot. How you guys doing today?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. I'm so excited to talk to you guys about the show. I got to catch it at ABFF last month, which was
Oh,
so fun.
yay. Thanks
I'm
for
sure you guys
coming.
know the energy in there was awesome.
It
To be able
was.
to feel that was great. So how does it feel first off now that it's out? I know you guys wrapped, a while ago. So now that like audiences are going to be able to see it and everything, how are you feeling?
So good. I mean, there's me and Sarita are we're the same. Like, I'm just ready for it to be out there. It's
Yeah.
one thing to hear, to have these select screenings and, to hear from people that the show resonates with them, but it's a whole different beast for it to be out there in the world for everybody to consume and everyone to have opinions about. But I'm really proud of it. I think, we went through so much filming it and learned so much filming it. And for me, it is such a fun show. So I hope people feel the same.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. I'm so excited and like Issa said, just ready for it to be out, ready for it to be out there. It's like we've been sitting and kind of, working on it for so long, that yeah, I'm just excited for the show that hopefully people really enjoy this summer.
Also, too, I just was really taken by the different ways you guys chose to tell the story, particularly without giving too much away, of course, just a big social media component. So what went into just like the decision to kind of tell it that way? And just also, I just really appreciate the kind of big swing in terms of storytelling wise. It was really cool to watch the story unfold that way.
Thank you. I think you touched on it. We really wanted to tell this story in a unique way. I think one, just as a creative trying to tackle ways to tell a story and represent this moment now, was top of mind. And social media is such a part of our lives. The way that we interact with each other is through social media, and also the way that we discover artists is through social media. And so in telling this come up story about female rappers trying to make it in this day and age, like, you cannot do that without the help of social media. You cannot do that without building your audience and presenting this version of yourself, whether it's authentic or inauthentic. It's part of your story of making it. And so telling it through that lens felt like very interesting and also true to life.
And for you, Sarita, too, just talk to me a little bit about stepping into this role as the showrunner of the show, just kind of being able to tell this story, again, from a super authentic place, and also just being able to, work with people like Issa, who you've worked with before, and then also kind of build out this, new family around this show, and be able to tell the story this way.
Yeah, I mean, coming on to work with Issa, even though it was I knew that the role would be a big step up and a big challenge for me, I felt comfortable because I had worked with Issa, because I've worked on Insecure. I've had the chance to sit across from her and know what she likes and know what type of story she likes to tell. I think we share that in common, and we kind of have a shorthand already. So it was really easy. And I really felt like I could lean on her for a lot during this process, especially as we're experimenting and we're trying new things. I reflected a lot on the showrunners that I knew and the people that, especially Prentice, and how he put together the team, the things that he had in mind when it came to hiring people. And yeah, I spoke to different friends to just kind of learn about, because there's so much, like, to putting together a team to then executing a vision and seeing that vision through all the different phases of production, right? So it was a big job and a big challenge, and we learned a lot along the way, but it was trying and it was challenging. And we were just talking about how it was during COVID is in Miami, a new city, where it was always hot. And there were hurricanes. So, but I think one thing about it is it really bonded us too. We were kind of all in this experience together, all of us, the crew included. And so, yeah, it was a really great experience that I think we all learned and grew from, and came out with a show that we're really excited about.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I definitely think, and when I was talking to Aida and Camille about this too, you just got a sense too of the fun and the joy, even though I'm sure it was really hot, like you said, maybe there was some hurricane days and some things that you guys kind of had to deal with. But on top of what I think was really impressive writing and just it came together really well, I also think for my last question, how was it in finding your two stars to be able to kind of lift these characters off the page? Because I think in particular, there's one scene in the first episode that's set in a car that is electric. And I think is like such an awesome look at those two actresses.
Yeah, I mean, casting is obviously such an important part of your show. Like it can make or break your show, and we were very cognizant of that. And you know, in casting Ida, like, you know, that was a unique journey. She auditioned, and then she also interviewed for the writers' room. She got in the writers' room while we were still searching for Shauna, and we really loved her. But as we watched Ida more on the audition side, she kind of helped us find Shauna and who Shauna was. And that was important. I think, you know, sometimes the actors that you cast can, you know, help you to develop those characters even more. So Ida helped us to find who Shauna was just by who she is, just by her sense of humor. I tend to be, you know, generally more awkward and have more awkward humor. And, you know, in writing Shauna, I put a lot of myself in her and in trying to find her, but I still didn't want her to be me. I wanted her to be her own person. And so to cast someone who is beyond your imagination, but feels right was really special. And then Chameleon, my God, like casting her was a dream because we were looking for someone authentic. We were looking for someone who felt like Florida and Miami, and she just embodied me and everything that we imagined for the character. And then the two of them together, they have, in your words, such an electric chemistry, and we watched them form this friendship throughout the process that was also authentic. And you know, they're also two cancers, and cancers are crazy, but they understand each other, you know. So I'm glad for that.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your patience again and everything.
Oh, thank you.
Congratulations. Enjoy this rollout. You guys did it, and I'm super excited to watch the rest. The Gria
Thank
works.
you, Jared.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Have a
guys.
good rest of your day. Bye.
Bye.